The debate over the government shutdown has now escalated into a fierce messaging battle between the Trump administration, the media, and Senate Democrats. Reports surfaced claiming that the White House may have crossed legal lines by using official communication channels, such as emails, furlough notices, and government websites, to directly blame Democrats for the funding lapse. Critics argue this could be a violation of federal law, specifically the Hatch Act, which prohibits taxpayer-funded communication from being used to promote partisan positions. In response, the White House fired back strongly. Spokeswoman Abigail Jackson told Fox News Digital that the administration is committed to telling the truth, insisting it is Democrats who are responsible for shutting down the government. She pointed out that Senate Democrats rejected a clean spending bill they had supported multiple times under President Biden and accused them of holding out because they want taxpayer-funded healthcare benefits for illegal immigrants. Jackson added that Democrats are now upset the administration is openly sharing the facts, claiming that the opposition is trying to mislead the American public about the real cause of the shutdown. This messaging wasn't limited to press statements. At the top of the Department of Justice's website, a red banner was posted declaring, "Democrats have shut down the government. Department of Justice websites are not currently updated." A DOJ memo obtained by Fox News outlined the furlough plan, explicitly blaming Senate Democrats for the funding lapse. The memo stated that certain government functions would be suspended and federal employees would be furloughed in line with established regulations. Meanwhile, over at the Department of Housing and Urban Development, a website pop-up told visitors that the radical left in Congress shut down the government, before assuring Americans that HUD would continue using available resources to provide assistance. These messages triggered a wave of criticism, with opponents arguing that the administration might also be violating the Hatch Act, a law designed to prevent federal employees from using official positions or taxpayer funds for partisan purposes. Legal expert Andrew Cherkasky, a former Air Force JAG, explained that while the Hatch Act applies to most federal workers, it does not apply to the president or vice president. He argued that the president has a constitutional right to speak directly to the American people about government operations and accountability. According to Cherkasky, the Hatch Act cannot be used to silence a president from naming who is responsible for a shutdown. It's worth noting that partisan messaging during shutdown battles is not new. The Biden administration, for example, pushed out talking points around reproductive health care legislation last year, and the Obama administration openly blamed Republicans for a shutdown threat in 2013. Both sides have used government communications to frame the debate in their favor. This latest funding battle reached its breaking point at midnight Wednesday when the Senate failed to pass a bill that would keep the government running through late November. With a Republican majority in the House and Senate, the bill still required 60 votes to advance in the Senate, which means a handful of Democrats would have had to break ranks with Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Instead, Democrats pushed for the inclusion of healthcare subsidies and other policy demands, leading to the impasse that sparked the shutdown. The outcome leaves millions of Americans caught in the middle, from furloughed workers to families relying on government services. And while both sides continue to blame each other, the real cost of this political standoff is being felt across the country. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to InsightPulse for more in-depth updates, political breakdowns, and balanced analysis. Your support helps us bring you the full story behind the headlines.